my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, to keep your family healthy and satisfied as the temperatures dip into winter, you might want to try incorporating some winter fruits and vegetables that pack a heavy nutritional punch. So we've rounded up 10 vitamin-rich seasonal ingredients that you should be eating, plus some flavorful recipes that make the most of their unique flavors. So doubling up as our nutritionist and chef as well, Andrea.
Hi.
Thank you very much for bringing these. This is very exciting because I'm always looking for interesting recipes to try and make, especially because, you know, fruits and veggies are very seasonal. So what do you have for us? What have you brought?
Well, I want to focus on vegetables today specifically.
Yes.
Because often I recommend that people should eat more vegetables. But you know, with this whole low-carb diet craze, people are wary sometimes of vegetables because they don't know which ones are the safe ones.
Okay.
So let's start with that.
I thought all vegetables were safe. So is it about the ones that are just high in carbs and the ones that are low in carbs? You're trying to distinguish between those groups.
Yes, you're quite right. All vegetables are safe and healthy, but some contain lots of starch or carbohydrates, and some contain a lot less.
Okay, so you've got a nice little display. We're going to start there on the left in front of you there.
Yes, and these are the high-carb vegetables. So they contain lots of starch, between 10 and 20 grams per 100 grams. So it's potato, sweet potato, and corn, or willies.
Okay.
These are your medium starch veg. They contain between 5 and 10 grams starch per 100 grams. And these are way below 5. So these are what we would call your free veg, or really low-carb vegetables. So for anybody on a high-protein diet that tries to cut out their carbs, this is your place to go to. And these are specifically seasonal winter vegetables.
Oh, okay. Is it coincidental that they all happen to be green, or are most green vegetables just very low in carbs?
I think these are the vegetables that grow in winter, specifically because there are lots of veg low in carbs that are brightly coloured, like tomatoes, red peppers, but those are more often found in summer.
Yes. So, I mean, yes, we want to have low carb intake and, you know, high nutrients, but what can I do with this? I mean, I don't want to just be eating steamed broccoli. Yes,
these are probably the least inspirational vegetables if you just look at them or think of a plate of steamed veg like that. So I want to share some tips on how I can really incorporate these veg in an interesting way, but also reducing the starch content of your diets.
Okay.
Cauliflower, for example. I mean, these days people make cottage pie with cauliflower mash on top instead of mashed potatoes.
Oh, wow.
And you can also make mash from cauliflower, and you can season it with a little bit of butter and nutmeg and salt, and it's delicious. Cauliflower can go into your macaroni cheese as well, so you bake it with that, and it goes very soft and stodgy and mushy. So
I've had that there. That's very good.
Okay,
that's very good.
great.
Yes.
And then broccoli, one of my favourite vegetables because it's packed with nutrients. You can make a delicious salad by grating the raw broccoli and adding some lentils and some chopped chives and crumble in some feta cheese. It's one of the easiest things to make. You can also add broccoli to stews and soups.
Yes.
So,
You and I once actually made stir-fry broccoli with some strips of steak.
Yes.
And it's brilliant for cutting, especially in the winter where you're trying to go to the gym and get ready for the summer. Eat a lot of broccoli. It cuts you like crazy. Okay. What else do you have?
Cabbage.
Yes.
Now, cabbage makes an awesome stew. So you can still have your meat in the stew, but try to reduce the potatoes, for example, for the starch, and add more cabbage because it's highly nutritious and it gives fantastic flavour.
Okay. What about mushrooms?
Well, mushrooms are fantastic for winter, and to get the goodness out of mushrooms, or the good flavour out of mushrooms rather, you should roast or grill them in the oven. So steamed mushrooms don't taste as fantastic as if you roast them under a high heat.
Yes.
So they get that beautiful aromatic flavours.
Lovely. Okay, and you've also brought some of those courgettes.
Yes, courgettes. We've done quite a few recipes and we'll continue doing them because they are very cost effective, very low in calories, and they're rich in a soft soluble fibre which is really kind to your digestive system. So once again, these make a fantastic soup, Italian style soup where you cut up some courgettes with some carrots and tomato slices, and you add a bit of vegetable stock and you serve it with a dollop of pesto.
Oh, wow.
So easy, quick ways of using it.
That sounds very good. What about celery? What can you do with celery?
Celery in winter adds so much flavour to soup and also a bit of crunchiness. So if you're making a minestrone or any other vegetable-based soup or even a meat-based soup, celery is an absolute must.
Okay, and Brussels sprouts?
Now, Brussels sprouts, people love to hate them. I love to love them. But once again, incorporating them into a potjie or a stew, big
Yes.
pot of stew, and cook them until they're really soft.
Yes.
Because they can substitute for texture the potatoes and those other high starch vegetables.
Okay, fantastic. So I think, yeah, there's a whole lot of recipes that you can make, and I think stews seem to be the theme of this winter. Let's get into
Definitely.
this. Fantastic.
And you know, talking about stews, if you serve a stew, you don't have to serve it on a bed of rice.
Okay.
There's so much going on in a stew already, and for those that are wanting to cut the carbs or reduce their starch intake, you've got all those fantastic veggies in there. You don't have to add rice and potatoes and things like that.
That's true, that's true. Andrea, thank you very much. It's good to know that we have, you know, a whole array of vegetables that are not only cost-effective, they're available and highly packed in nutrients, ready to keep your family healthy this winter. So if you have any more questions to ask related to nutrition and all these delicious recipes as well, you're welcome to ask Andrea on her Facebook page, Andrea Du Plessis, Vital Expert.
Vital Mini Rice Cakes, the better for you bite-sized snack, was voted Product of the Year for 2014.